Hi there, my name is Ismael and welcome to my garden. It's been a week since I cut down all my dahlias, and I initially planned to keep them in the ground for 2 weeks, but life happens. Next week is going to be rainy, and I think this will be the perfect time for me to dig them out. So that'll be one task I will have to do today. So as you can see, I have them all labeled. I have 22 dahlias that needs to be digged up. So the idea is you want to start digging about a foot away from the main stalk. Right now there's my drip irrigation right there. So I'll just have to see if this is going to be feasible or not. Should probably take this netting off. It's not even well, I'm going to start right here. It's right in between these two stalks. Hopefully I don't hit any tubers. So dig and just start loosening the soil. I feel something moving. Oops, did I just puncture this? Yes, I did. Oh well, I'll change that next year. So note to self and everybody else, make sure you don't puncture your drip irrigation. That should be easy to fix next year anyway. Okay, got a few tubers here. This is my labyrinth. Yeah, labyrinth. Yeah, if you can see it here. They're not the best tuber producer. Focus. Yeah, last year I planted some labyrinth too, and they didn't produce as well. So this is expected. So it's not the following day, and I managed to dig up all my dahlias. I did learn a few things though. First, dig a variety that you don't really care for as practice. So I found that the first few things that I dug up wasn't perfect. I hit some tubers, I cracked some necks. So dig one dahlia that you don't care for first, just for practice. Next lesson I learned from this year's experience is that I should have waited 2 weeks to get my tubers curing in the ground, because I found that the necks in some of the tubers, some of the varieties were too fragile, that when I tried to dig them up, I broke the necks. When you're trying to plant dahlias next year, you need the body, the neck, and the crown. And if your neck gets broken, you got nothing. So that's that. The one thing I noticed this year is that my tuber production wasn't as prolific as when I had last year when I planted my dahlias in pots. I thought it would be easier to plant the dahlias in the ground just for water consumption. You'll need a lot more water if you plant your dahlias in containers. I think my dahlias did better in containers because the pH of the soil is more neutral than basic. My soil in my garden is basic, and potting soil is usually, well, it's definitely looser than a garden bed that is no-till. With my beds not being tilled, it was probably harder for the tubers to grow. So that could be one thing that I did wrong, or that I could improve on next year. And maybe adding more manure to improve the pH of the soil, to put it in a level that the dahlias will enjoy, would be beneficial should I choose to plant again in the ground. But I think next year I'll just plant them in containers, just to make it easy for me in the fall next year. So there you go. Those are the few things that I learned from this experience. Hopefully you learned from my mistakes. Probably much easier for you to learn from my mistakes rather than you doing it in your own garden. So if you've reached the end of this video, thanks so much for watching. I try to show up here every Thursday. And until I see you again, bye.